From entire worlds inside of blocks to roller coasters that actually go upside down. Here are 264 Minecraft build hacks you probably didn't know. Look at this cute little plushie! Just dig a hole 1 block deep, push 4 armor strands into that place in an X formation. Equip them with leather chest pieces, and then plant black wool on top. The wool will turn the leather black to match, and then you can put a banner in front to act as the face. Oh, so cute. I shall defend it with my life! Yeah! Everyone loves a white Christmas, and you can make one whenever you want by simulating snowfall just outside the window. This is done with a carpet duplicator just above the window, constantly breaking pieces, causing the particles to fall down. Inside the house, it looks just like a snowy day. Wait, but I'm in the desert! TNT is incredibly identifiable, so I wanted to prank my friends with this bomb build hack. By using one of the newest blocks in Minecraft, the pot, and a candle, you can make this realistic-looking bomb. But thankfully, this isn't actually explosive. There is nothing better than a nice, relaxing bath after an immensely stressful day, and now you can have one of these in your house. All you have to do is use stairs, slabs, some water, and a minecart, and you can create this relaxing-looking bath. Time to kick back. Wow, too hot! I love building houses with a nice medieval aesthetic, and one thing every medieval house needs is a well. And thanks to this rule-breaking Minecraft build, you can create the illusion of a bucket going into a well. This is very satisfying to look at. There are no food items I can have on display in my house, so I found out that thanks to this neat little trick, you can make different kinds of fruit barrels. By using different coral blocks surrounded by spruce trapdoors, you can make a blueberry barrel, an apple or berry barrel, and a banana barrel? Sponge barrel? Some kind of yellow fruit barrel. This speedy hack lets you mine out a large area of stone incredibly quickly so you can focus on making your underground base. All you have to do is put down some moss, use bone meal, and the moss replaces all the stone around it while leaving the precious metals like diamonds and iron. If you dig it out with a stone hoe, it goes almost immediately. Banners aren't just good to show your colors, they can imitate metal in this crazy hack. With the right designs and placement, banners can look like sheet metal, perfect for builds designed to look like big industrial machines. This huge building is watching! See, if you put this banner design behind the trapdoor, the sway animation on the banner will make it emerge outward, looking like it's opening and closing its eyes. This fancy chair has secret storage compartments filled with food, perfect for lazing around. The key is that the decorative layer is actually a traveler's llama. The llama itself has been turned invisible and has storage boxes attached to it. It's everything you need from a comfy chair. Need a truly secret entrance? This hack lets you use a composter as a trapdoor. If you drop an item here, it falls into a hopper minecart, which activates a mechanism and drops you underground, allowing you out into your secret base. Having a villager at home is old news. This hack lets you have a totally tame pillager. Just trap one in a boat and row it back home. He'll be shooting the whole time, but he won't hit you, and will eventually break his crossbow, making him totally harmless. This one is my butler. I call him Barry Halls. And since you're obviously building a sick castle if you make this, you can make awesome ornate carpets using a combination of shulker boxes and glazed terracotta. Hey, I don't want to hear anything about how expensive shulkers are. You own a castle! As long as the colors are similar, it really doesn't matter how you lay out carpet. You'll look cool either way. Use subterfuge. If your friend is in need of a certain mob, like a particular villager or perhaps the ultra-rare brown panda, get one for yourself and offer to bring it to their base. You can lead it over, and you'll get access to the base as you bring the creature into its new home. Once inside, steal as many items as you can. It's fair payment for such a rare panda. They're an endangered species, you know. Fencing has been used to cover this entire opening. There's no way in without breaking it, unless you get a trapdoor. The crawl mechanic actually changes your hitbox, and with a fence like this, if you set up a trapdoor right next to it and make yourself crawl, you'll be halfway through the fence already. Just keep moving through and you'll slide right in without breaking a single block. Eating a chorus fruit will teleport you to a random nearby block, even if that block is maybe on the other side of a wall. So if you head underground and build a tunnel like this, making sure to place carpets on the ground, you can build a base on the other side of the wall that can be instantly entered by simply eating a chorus fruit. However, I think the best possible secret entrance is one that I've never seen anybody use. Simply dying can teleport you tens of thousands of blocks away depending on where you set your spawn. So you can make an underground obsidian bunker far away from anything else, store your items in an ender chest, and instantly teleport there. Then you can build a machine like this to obstruct your spawn point for 60 seconds and instantly respawn at 0-0 again. Did you know that you can tap into the ultimate power of the end crystal? This cool power generator design is built around an end crystal with stained glass to obscure or make it seem even more vibrant with power. Oxidized copper has an industrial yet sci-fi green color to really show its high tech. Just make sure you don't touch the... Did you know that you can use signs to hide secret messages without writing on them? They're a little taller than a block high, so you can put carpet on top of them and they poke through. Some people use this to make patterns, but you can use them to hide secret words and messages that most players will never notice. I bet you've always wanted a huge house plant, no? Well, too bad! If you put a lectern as the base of your plant and then build the greenery on top of that, then the standard stand of the lectern will have a thinner center. It breaks up the shape of the plant for a really fashionable addition to the home. I bet my neighbor isn't as cool as this, huh? Oh. I drink a lot of coffee. However, there is still nothing in Minecraft that really satisfies my need for caffeine. So I came up with a way to build a coffee machine within Minecraft. Just get a dispenser, push an armor stand through some blocks, give it an iron chest plate, and then push some blocks into it from above. And voila, you have a coffee machine. I'm a huge Disney fan, and one Disney movie that never gets enough credit is The Sword in the Stone. So in my house, I decided I wanted a monument to the film that really should not be doable in Minecraft. Place a slab and 3 stairs in a circle. Use a dispenser to put an armor stand in the middle, and then push it down with some blocks. Push an end rod in to cover the gap in between the armor stand, and then you have your very own sword in the stone. I just wish it would come out! I love connecting my treehouse to other trees in Minecraft. However, I have never found a good way to make these authentic-looking rope bridges. Until now! If you use acacia slabs and lightning rods, you can create this unique bridge design that even matches the area you are in. Just make sure you don't fall through the... Sharks are almost added to Minecraft, and even to this day, I wish they were. However, did you know that you can actually have jellyfish in your exotic fish aquarium? Simply use a pink glass block and a hanging root underneath it to give you this amazing jellyfish for your own personal aquarium. Sometimes people want to have some fun and sell some items to their friends on a server, and this next build hack really lets you have that amazing Japanese-inspired design. This ramen stand uses armor stands underground to create these truly authentic seats. I just love this design. As far as seating goes in Minecraft, there really is not many options. However, this seat completely breaks the rules. By using blocks like slabs, stairs, iron trapdoors, and a minecart, you can make this amazing modern chair design. And the best part is, it actually works. Glow Lichen is used for all sorts of creative hacks, such as this carpet balcony that looks great and glows to light up a restaurant while keeping deadly mobs from spawning. This icy hack lets you build an ice rink super fast in the desert. Most people see frost walker boots as mostly pointless because you need to be moving and the ice melts really quickly. However, if you build an ice lake underground, the sun can't get to it, and you can create a winter wonderland under the Sahara. This fun hack will protect your buildings from being mined away by dirty, griefing players. It's simple, just hide an Elder Guardian underneath your home, and breaking your walls and floors will become near impossible. Another way to defend is to make sure your enemy actually dies with this high IQ hack. Normally, your enemy can jump out of lava, but if you put a honey block under a cauldron with lava in it, it becomes way harder, and almost guarantees they won't survive. This weird hack lets you actually sleep among the fishes. It turns out you can put a bed underwater, and it will make an air pocket when you lie in that bed. You can even use this hack to hide your bed away, because nobody will expect to see it there. Freak your friends out with this wild pig riding hack. See, if you make your floor out of path blocks and put a gap underneath the floor, you can ride a pig through that empty space, and your head will pop out of the path like a severed head greeting your guests. The nether looks great, and this hack lets you bring it to the safety of your own home. Instead of using a portal, put the obsidian blocks in your wall, then go through and recreate the nether on the other side. You get all the looks with none of the danger. This sneaky hack lets you hide vines under item frames, which you can then place maps over, or paintings. The vines are hidden but still work, letting you climb them like invisible ladders. If you've got a cramped house like this one and you're trying to figure out where to put the ladder, try placing a line of trapdoors like this and putting the ladders on them. Alternatively, if you're uncreative, try using the debug stick to create floating ladders that take up even less space. Now that's ingenuity. Here's a cool way to make an armor stand look like it's holding a sword. Start by placing an end rod with a candle on top, then pushing an armor stand into it from behind. Then put some armor on it and push 2 blocks down behind it, and you have your very own knight in shining armor. Uh-oh! Shulker sensors have been placed all over this minefield. One noise, and it all goes up! You could sneak by, but you can easily get caught. So you've got to move fast. The answer is to jump and sneak. If you constantly jump the entire way and press the sneak button, just as you hit the ground each time, you can go fast and stay quiet enough for the sensors not to notice you. This next trick will let you fly up to high buildings without TNT or Elytra. The trick is to get your own pet shulker. You need to catch them in a boat or minecart that leads to the end gate out of the end city, and eventually through the main end portal into the overworld. Throw them away in a boat toward the target base and let yourself get cursed with levitation. You'll fly up into the sky, and with a good enough levitation, it won't matter how high the base is. Minecart rails also have the same effect, and you can make cool patterns out of them. But they have a second effect I think is even more interesting. For some reason, mobs see rails as completely impassable objects and won't ever walk over them. So if you surround your base with a railway, it'll be completely safe from the horrors of the outside world, and you get a fun little roller coaster too. Even though zombies can knock down doors with these, for some reason they're completely stopped by trapdoors. And given we can easily manually hop on all fours and crawl beneath, this simple setup works perfectly as a door that zombies have absolutely no hope of breaking down. Have you ever seen amazing graffiti and wanted it in your world? I made this amazing graffiti using concrete powder placed in the wall, and the spray cans are colored candles to match the colors on the wall. Wait a minute, I didn't make this graffiti! Hey, you dumb kids, get away from my house! The icy biomes in Minecraft desperately need more mobs. Currently, the only native land mob in the icy biomes is the polar bear. However, thanks to this genius build hack, you can actually add a brand new mob to your icy biomes. By using 2 blocks of black concrete, some banners, and a red sandstone slab, you can create this penguin for your world. Unfortunately though, it does not really do much. It just kind of stands there? Will you stop staring at me? One thing that Minecraft is very bad for is storage solutions. The only real storage options are chests, barrels, and throwing stuff onto the floor and hoping you sort out your inventory quick enough so it does not despawn. However, these rule-breaking storage solutions can make your home look far better. If you place campfires into a cupboard of trapdoors, you can make this meat-drying cupboard. Certainly an interesting take on a kitchen accessory you didn't know you needed. I'm a bit bored of my bed. I think I want to get a bunk bed. And thanks to this building hack, I can create a bunk bed that finally lets me achieve my dream of having a bunk bed, but I have no one to share it with. Not every person wants to live in a house on land. Some people want to live on a boat, and this building hack lets you have all of your necessities on one small boat. Time to sail the 7 seas! See you later. Unfortunately, there is no good couch within Minecraft unless you use mods. However, you can actually create the illusion of there being pillows on your couch. If you break the blocks out from underneath the couch and put armor stands with dyed leather helmets, you can create these really cool pillows for your couch and really bring the house to life. They are not very comfy though. This soft hack lets you soundproof your surroundings. Wool can actually be used to block sounds from getting to a skulk sensor, which is great if you only wanted noticing people breaking into your house. Cobblestone generators can be a pain with the risk of making obsidian, but mangrove roots save you from that struggle in a crazy hack. Waterlogged mangrove roots count as a water source block, but it doesn't flow, so the water won't touch the lava, meaning obsidian won't get made, but you'll get cobblestone all day. Daylight sensors can be used in all sorts of genius hacks, including this grandfather clock that actually tells the time. The sensor can detect the gradual change in lights depending on the time of day and will send signal updates based on that. Connect that to a bell and you've got a countdown to nightfall. This honey block hack makes a great conveyor belt, as the blocks are pushed around with pistons in a circle. You can put armor stands or even loose items on that honey, and it will carry it around. It's been used for armor sets and even for a sushi bar. Optical illusions can be used in some crazy hacks, like this house that watches you wherever you go, thanks to the way those creepy eyes have been made. They actually sink into the building, creating that creepy illusion. I've got my eye on you. This weird hack takes advantage of a cute little axolotl. If you tie a leash to one and connect that to a post, that post gets this cool rope model put on it. And when you pick the axolotl up again in the bucket, the leash is gone, but the rope stays, providing a nice detail to your fancy bridge or fence. Check out this insane near illegal hack, where this water is somehow protected from the lava. What's actually happening is that the lower block has a waterlogged sign, and that sign is keeping the lava up, while the water logging makes sure it doesn't burn. It's a crazy hack which can be a crazy decoration to show your friends. It's kind of annoying Minecraft's water can only ever be 1 block wide, meaning you can't make small droplets or tiny streams very easily. However, blue glass panes work as a perfect substitute for cases like this. The same goes for ice. How do we have ice and dripstone but no icicles? Well, maybe it's because Mojang knows that light blue glass panes do the job perfectly, but come on, I can't take out zombies with them, so what's even the point? Whenever you're building a hedge in your world, try placing podzol beneath the leaves. This both acts like a shadow, but also kind of looks like leaf litter or mulch beneath the hedge. I really like the word mulch, by the way. Mulch. Wait, what are we doing? Oh yeah, build hacks. Did you know you can place nether plants like crimson fungus or warped roots outside of the nether? What's really weird is that you can only place them on grass or dirt, not cobblestone. This is super weird to me because netherrack and cobble seem most similar to me. But I guess now we know netherrack is just like hard dirt. What? My head hurts. If the floor of your friend's base is only slab, then dig a tunnel under the ground of the building. Put a single water source block to have a little water flow through. If you ride a boat in that 1 block space, the water will bob you up through the floor and even let you interact with objects inside, like the button to open the door. Boats are amazing and can be used to break into buildings in a lot of ways. Put one on the roof and you can phase through by jumping in and out of the boat with perfect timing. Your friend might put an Elder Guardian near their base, giving you mining fatigue, making it way harder to break blocks to get in. That's why you should always bring buckets of milk. But if you don't have that, set up a bed spawn nearby and kill yourself! Mining fatigue is a 5-minute cooldown, so you'll have plenty of time to break in and loot the place before it can hit you with it again. The only other place in the entire game that mobs can't spawn is actually an ocean temple. It's true, the game is coded so that only guardians can spawn in them, meaning that if you remove all the water, absolutely no mobs will spawn nearby. You're gonna need a lot of sponges or a massive machine, but at the end you're left with a pre-built mob-free paradise. But if you'd rather not do all that work, there are ways to completely mob-proof your base easily. Not only do slabs basically double the amount of blocks you have for floors and roofs, but mobs can't spawn on bottom slabs, meaning even if your house is pitch black, nothing will be able to spawn inside. You could even add soul sand below and use soul speed to run around your house super quickly. Look at this little baby temple for little baby treasures. It's made of all the same materials taken from a desert temple, and buttons are used for the details and patterns that are normally made with whole blocks. Let's climb inside and get those treasures. Oh wait, a little baby TNT. Oh god, I'm gonna die! This hack uses dark and light wood signs surrounded in wood frame to make a pool table. Put green carpet over the signs and only the top can be seen, looking like pool cues. Now, if only I had friends to play with. Swing got a real swing that actually swings! This uses a secret minecart underground with powered rails angled up on either end of the swing distance. The minecart has a boat in it with a bunny and a strider, both with leads attached to the posts built around the swing. Put a saddle on the strider and then turn it invisible as you ride it. The saddle looks like it's actually swinging by the leads. I hope I haven't made this too fast. Ah! This automatic fireplace magically knows when you're around. Skulk sensors in the floor activate dispensers with flint and steel in them. They light netherrack blocks that burn and light the room. Then when you leave, another sensor activates the dispenser with water inside, putting out the fire as you leave the room. Wait, why did it turn on? Is there a ghost in here? Back in my day, whenever people built a cash register in Minecraft, all they used was a single stair. However, build hacks have truly grown throughout Minecraft's lifespan, and now we have cash registers that actually look real. By using a chest Minecraft and a stair, you can make a cash register that actually opens. It just is not very secure. Hey, bring them back, you thief! Mojang refuses to add crocodiles to Minecraft, and who can blame them? These terrifying reptiles will make the game quite a bit scarier. However, thanks to this next build hack, you can create a realistic-looking crocodile within your vanilla playthrough. By using dark prismarine and a banner, you can create this adorable yet terrifying creature from the sea. Just make sure you're always out of his reach. There are some mods that add things like cookers and microwaves into the game, but did you know you can actually do this in vanilla Minecraft? Well, if you use iron trapdoors and surround a block with a painting on it, you can create this amazing looking microwave. As for the cooker, just put an iron trapdoor on top of a furnace and it looks like a stove. Animal farms in Minecraft are boring. You always have a fence surrounding some animals on a grass block plot. However, this tiny little detail will help bring your animal pens to life. If you have a chicken pen, scatter some little hay beds around on an item frame and then place an egg within the item frame. And all of this just uses a horn coral fan. But make sure you waterlog the block it is on, otherwise it begins to look a little bit dead. Minecraft houses rarely come with bathrooms. This is both due to your player never using the bathroom and also how hard they are to create. However, this exceptional design lets you create a shower that actually looks like a shower. So no longer conform to your gamer tendencies. Build this shower today! Fish are some of the most underappreciated mobs in Minecraft. However, you can build these fish a rule-breaking home using just one block. Scaffolding can be waterlogged and then you can place your adorable little fishy friends into this fish tank. Just make sure you do not break the scaffolding. Mobs keep breaking into my bases and I am tired of it! So I found this amazing house hack that will stop any mobs from entering my house. Whenever a zombie chases me into my house, I turn around, open up this trapdoor, and watch them fall to their death. Here's a cool hack for storage space and style. Putting barrels at the head of your bed gives a look of a headboard, and that will be stylish in most homes. Plus, since they're barrels, you can put your valuables in there. Trees can look great, but this lets you decide how they grow. If you want it tall with no leaves pushing out until it's above your house, put blocks around your sapling up to the height you want. It'll grow into that shape just like a real tree. Herd your animals with speed with this dangerous hack. Put a block of water in their habitat so if they escape, you can set them on fire. They'll run back to the water and you can close the gate on them with no hassle at all. This secret hack's been around for as long as you could till dirt, but it rarely gets used. Till dirt doesn't carry redstone signals, while regular dirt does. When you till the dirt, it breaks the signal and can activate a secret door. Awesome hidden trap to spring on your farming friends. Have another great defense hack that brings an adorable edge to your builds. If you want to keep creepers away from blowing up all your hard work, get a bunch of cats. The more, the better. Creepers and even phantoms are afraid of them, and will turn and run if the cat gets too close. This hack lets you show off a puffer fish in a glass case, puffed up at all times. It does this because there's actually an armored stand underneath, keeping it on edge. Above the stand is a waterlogged chest, keeping the fish alive, and a picture frame to cover that up. The glass case is a block that's been pushed on top with a piston to keep the fish in place. We all know about chains, and I mentioned a way to make much bigger chains with grindstones in my last build hacks video. But if you need something a little smaller, try facing 2 sets of trapdoors into each other like this. To create a wooden chain, you can even change the color of. Buttons placed in invisible items on logs look suspiciously like bugs crawling all over it. Bugs that, by the way, you cannot eat. Do not, under any circumstances, ever eat the bugs. Ever! Speaking of bugs, in Bedrock Edition, you can place buttons on the top and bottom of fences, allowing for extra decoration. But in Java version, you can't do either. Honestly, I'm not sure if this is a bug or not, but it's still kind of annoying. Red and yellow candles make really good ketchup and mustard bottles for a diner or bar. And green candles are perfect replicas of beer. Wait, did someone say beer? A secret base can be hidden underwater, and it can be very hard to see. The easiest way to find it is to get in a boat and do this weird vision trick. When in the boat on the water, if you go into third-person view, you can angle the camera to just about touch the water surface. The vision will glitch and show you everything under the water without that underwater filter, making any odd structure or entity easy to find. Watch out for pitfall traps. If the floor disappears under you and the trap is revealed, do this crazy flying glitch. To do it, have the game in windowed mode, and when the floor falls away, right-click on the window bar at the top. You'll freeze in the air. You'll need a fellow home invader with you to put a block under you. So when you click on the game to unfreeze, you'll land safe and sound. Trap avoided! If you want something even less suspicious, try breaking a hole beneath a lava pool and placing some water like this, and building your base down here. Lava pools are totally natural, and nobody ever touches them on a server, making them the perfect place to slip into, even if it is a little painful. I'm bouncing on a real working trampoline. It's standing on wooden fence posts, has a ladder up to the bouncy slime blocks covered with carpet, and surrounded in colorful blocks for a frame. The net around the trampoline is made using chains and rods to create structure just like a real trampoline. Now, check how high I could jump! This is the smallest Minecraft house with everything you could need. The walls are trapdoors, there's a furnace and crafting table in the ground, and a bed on top of them. 2 blocks deep, you put some water with a single block farm on top. There's a chest in the ground and a loom beside that. With trapdoors on top, you have a single block of space to crawl around in and access everything. No! My entire home is gone! Why we did not have cars in Minecraft is completely beyond me. They would be by far the best method of transportation in the game. However, regardless of them not existing in the world of Minecraft, you can still bring your world to life with these car builds. Now, which one is the fastest? Oh, I cannot wait for summer. I wish it could be summer all year round because I love barbecue food. But thanks to Minecraft, I can experience the brilliance of barbecue all year round by building this amazing looking grill. It smells delicious. I'm so sorry. The only plant in Minecraft that grows on a wall is a cocoa bean. However, in a lot of house gardens, this can look a bit wrong. What you should be doing instead is mixing in redstone ore with the wall, and then covering it up with vines. This creates this incredibly unique hanging roses design that certainly no one at Mojang ever planned. Unfortunately, mirrors cannot be added into Minecraft. This is largely due to how Minecraft runs, and mirrors can really affect that. However, some players have taken it upon themselves to create a slightly different illusion to create mirrors and reflective surfaces, rebuilding the entire room as a reflection. This works really well for any reflective floors and breaks the rules that there are no mirrors in the game. This genius hack lets you recreate the nether in the overworld, including totally not zombified piglins. To do this, you simply replace regular dirt with blocks and entities from the nether. But piglins zombify in the overworld, so disguise that with a piglin head forced onto them using a dispenser. Include some armor and weapons to hide the rest of their body too. If you want to hide your valuables, don't put them in a chest out in the open. Hide a barrel behind that chest, and you can still access it without people noticing it's there. Here's a defense hack that looks invisible. It's actually these azalea bushes, because apparently mobs don't know how to jump over them, even though you can. So if you want a safe house that doesn't look like a prison, this works great. Also, killing mob farms are great for items, but this hack lets you get the XP from it too. Just sit one of your dogs next to a non-fatal drop like this. They'll get that last hit, and you'll get the experience. What a great team up. Speaking of mob farms, it can be a hassle making them, especially in the nether. But if you're specifically trying to get Enderman, this high IQ hack can make it way easier. Enderman hates Endermite, so use them as bait above a hole, and the Enderman will drop right in for the easy killing. Here's how to make your pond 10 times better super easily. With waterlogged blocks, you can create detailed rocks in your pond with stairs and slabs that add a little extra detail and even give you a cool way to get across. Next, instead of the normal boring lily pads we have, try creating your own using 4 drip leaves and some flowering azalea leaves to make a big colorful lily pad. You can also use a bamboo trapdoor with pink candles on top if you're living in the future. And lastly, if it's a really big pond you're trying to decorate, try doing something similar with drip leaves, lily pads, and azalea leaves to create a huge floating algae mat. It's kinda gross though, doesn't smell good either. Oh wait, that's just me, my bad. Back in the alpha days of Minecraft, there used to be way less blocks and almost no ways to properly decorate your builds. This meant people had to create their own solutions. Since trapdoors didn't exist, people used to glitch regular doors into looking like trapdoors by breaking the bottom half with a cactus, finally letting them actually decorate their world just as Notch intended. This base is covered in lava! Clear it with sand and scaffolding. Make a square of sand with a block square of sand in the corner. Each block will sink down and delete the lava in that space. Fill up to the surface so you can walk on it, then delete the top block of that one extra sand in the corner. Replace it with scaffolding and right-click on it to fill the rest of the lava. The scaffolding doesn't burn and deletes the lava. Dig the sand block down and repeat the process until the base is revealed. If the base is in the air and you don't have elytra, make a man cannon instead. Put some obsidian around a ton of TNT and minecarts. If you have blast protection, a shield, and stand on a higher level than the TNT, you can survive and still get launched way into the air. Hit yourself with punch arrows and you can get real distance onto that floating building. Remember back in the old days of the game when the best traps just involved placing gravel above signs? Well, these got 1,000 times better with scaffolding. Now, instead of spending ages placing signs perfectly, you can just place a layer of scaffolding hooked up to a piston, stick some carpets above it, and as soon as it's triggered, it'll plunge any players and their loot directly into this pit of lava. The most difficult part of creating a secret base is trying to hide the entrance, so try this idea out. Build a regular wheat or potato farm above wherever you want your base to be. Then break a block behind a crop like this and hide a button in there. Not only is this almost impossible to see, but nobody will ever suspect this lovely little farm being the place you hide all your valuable gear. Have you ever seen meat this big? This mangrove block is red on the inside. Put it above a campfire, connected with lightning rods to a stone fence so it looks like it's spit roasting. Add end rods to look like bones sticking out. Oh, it looks so delicious. I'm gonna take a bite. Ow! It tastes like wood! This super slim ladder can fit in any home. You can actually put the ladders on the side of a trapdoor, but this hack stuck them on top of each other all the way to the ceiling for an extra slim ladder. Just don't use the door when I'm on it, okay? Ah! This spooky hack lets you make a world full of dead trees and wilting grass. The tree trunks are made with fence posts, and the leaves are mangrove roots. The grass isn't grass, it's podzol. See? It's all fake! There's nothing dead here! A stained glass block with a trapdoor on top and a tripwire hook on the front looks just like a lemonade dispenser. Build a lemonade stand around that, with plant pots for cups to look super convincing. Oh, selling lemonade on my turf, are ya? Nobody sells on Big J's turf! I need a way to intimidate all of my enemies before they come anywhere near my base. I know. I will build a giant bear to scare away all of my enemies. Oh no, I built a giant teddy bear. Well, this build hack will be immensely useful if you want a house that is both cuddly and aesthetically pleasing. Oh, what a cute house. I don't know about you guys, but I think the hardest thing to build in Minecraft is a kitchen. Well, no more! As this build hack makes an amazing looking kitchen entirely in vanilla Minecraft. And the best part is, it is entirely functional, with multiple blocks with multiple different usages. Bedrooms in Minecraft are boring. They all just have a bed, maybe two with some bookcases either side. However, thanks to this amazing bed build hack, you can make a bed that is far nicer to look at, and that is far more comfortable too. Gardens in Minecraft are kind of boring. You could have an amazing house but have a bad garden and it brings down the entire aesthetic of the house. So how can you have brilliant lighting in your garden without placing torches everywhere? Instead, use glow lighting, a perfect block for lighting up your pathways whenever you do not want to line your pathways in torches or lanterns. And it's hidden from your sights unless you really look for it. Creating a lawn in Minecraft is normally done by just using grass blocks. However, if you want to bring some texture and color to your lawn, use this technique. By using moss blocks and grass blocks, you will create this golf course looking grass aesthetic. It certainly makes my lawn look a lot cleaner. Everyone wants a secret underwater base, but will often forget where it is. Well, how about this genius hack that uses a magma bubble column? It'll drag you down to the right spot to activate a hidden door or redstone contraption, letting you into your own personal underwater home. This warped fungi is the key to this home with this new hack. You basically have to hold a strider hidden in the wall, sitting in a 2-block space of flowing lava. If you hold out the warped fungi, the strider will walk up the lava to get it, activating the mechanism and opening the door. Then when you put the fungi away, the strider will slide back into place. One crazy Minecraft fact is that chests don't burn, even in lava. So if you want to hide your valuables, put them under a lava lake. If it's shallow enough, like 1 block deep, then you can access the chest while staying on dry land, and the lava will cover it completely. Want to get your plants to stop growing so tall? Try this simple hack by placing string at the top. It will actually stop your plant from growing any further, and it's almost invisible. Perfect when you want want to take a fancy picture without the bamboo blocking the shot. The sound of villagers waking you to the sound of their people can be great, but not if they all die during the night. So try this build hack to get them safe indoors. Bells can be activated with redstone, so just put a pressure plate by your bed, and when you go to rest, so will they. Do you need a protector for your base? How about a guardian with this simple hack? Put a guardian outside your home, and any player coming for your goodies will get blasted! There's tons of ways to make supersized versions of different foods in Minecraft. Obviously, you can use a sea pickle for a melon or pumpkin stem, but you can also put a mangrove popagule on top of a mangrove log for a bulbous beetroot, a warped vine on some honeycomb for a peculiar pineapple, and a sea pickle on a nether wart block for a tomato. For extra farm decoration, you can add barrels full of berries by placing coral blocks above water surrounded by trapdoors. This works with raw iron to make potato barrels, and you can even try making a larger version with crimson planks below as a grape stomping barrel outside a vineyard. Looms are one of the weirdest looking blocks in the game, but you can actually use them to make empty bookshelves, escalators, air conditioning units outside buildings, and cool looking roofs for your house. And if it's a detailed bookshelf you're going for, 1.20 added this secret way to put a 3D book model on a shelf. Just add an armor stand under the block you want like this, and place a leather helmet with a white coast armor trim applied. Push a block down from above and it'll look exactly like a spare book left out on the table. These walls are too thick. Better use a TNT cannon. Make an obsidian rectangle that's 7 blocks long, with an open end toward the wall. Add a block up on the left side here. Put a water block at the back and a slab at the front. Set TNT on the slab and up to but not including the water block. Then put 2 levers with redstone. One is for the TNT on the ground, the other for the slab TNT. Activate the first and watch them flow. Then before they explode, activate the other. It launches forward and smashes the base. Reload with TNT and do it again until you breach the walls. You can ignite TNT from miles away with this glitch. If you attach a fishing rod to something and walk into the nether, the game will glitch and your fishing rod will have infinite range. Use it to set off TNT next to the enemy base from as far away as you can, and they'll never know it was you. If you run over and pretend to help, you can get into the base and take what you like. All these methods are quite expensive though. If you want the cheapest possible way to protect your base, try literally just placing boats all the way around it. When it turns nighttime, any mobs that try to attack will get stuck in them and serve as a defense against players. Another super cheap method of defense is to just wire up a super annoying noise to start playing as soon as someone enters. When this door is opened, an observer gets pushed over here and triggers all these blocks over and over, creating a circuit that will drive a thief crazy and even work as a perfect alarm system. But sometimes players aren't just trying to steal your loot, they're out for blood, so an alarm system just won't cut it. To truly fortify your base, try building your base using stairs placed like this. If you fill them with water, it won't spill everywhere, and it makes your entire base completely resistant to TNT, stopping raiders and creepers in their tracks. And if you want to take this to the next level, try placing a line of observers below the outside blocks hooked up to TNT. These will trigger as soon as the stairs are broken, blowing the raiders up instantly while your base sits there totally unharmed. I bet you've never seen a chicken coop more realistic than this. The chickens even lay eggs in real nests. Put water in a little pit with a wood slab in it. Add a picture frame with an egg attached, and then place a horn coral fan. The water keeps the coral alive and looking like a straw nest. Build a coop around it and fill it with chickens. Now that's realistic. Oh no, too real! Too real! A frozen Steve in ice, and won't let him go until I'm put in the Minecraft movie! Okay, it's not actually Steve. It's an armor stand with a full set of armor and Steve's head. Use pistons to push ice into Steve, encasing him completely. Now shh. The movie studio doesn't know it's fake. Put me in the Oh, I'm sorry, it's fake. I didn't mean it! I'm a vivid camera enthusiast myself, but I feel like Minecraft never really met my photography needs until I found this build hack. As you can actually build a camera in Minecraft. Now I can finally reenact my favorite movie scenes. Wait, no, not that one! Every time my friends come to visit me in Minecraft, I can never find a space for them to sleep in. Thanks to this build hack though, I will always have a bed for my friends whenever they come over. By placing a bed and adding some signs and trapdoors to the side of it, you can make this authentic looking sofa bed or futon. Now all of my friends can come and hang out. Oh, wait, that's right. Villager lampposts are so boring! Let's change that. Thanks to these 4 incredibly unique designs, you can make your village feel a little bit more modern and decorated than it did before. Wait, no, your village is lovely, I promise. I've finally finished building my desk and it's time to sit back and get some work done. Oh wait, I forgot to build the chair. Well, thanks to this next build hack, I can build myself a lovely looking gaming chair for my desk. By using an iron bar, some trapdoors, a carpet, and a unique banner, you can make create this amazing looking gaming chair. It is a little bit solid though, not very comfortable. 4 out of 10. This treehouse has the most bizarre staircase ever. If you ever want to make a natural looking staircase, use trapdoors and slabs. This lets the staircase blend into the natural environment surrounding it. However, it does make the staircase slightly unbearable to climb. Armor stands are boring! However, I found a way to build an awesome base defense mechanism. By using a number of different blocks, you can build these amazing looking statues to defend your house from any unwanted invaders. They are certainly a lot more imposing than anything else I've ever seen. Tables are kind of boring within Minecraft. You can either have this fence with a pressure plate on top, or this one. However, there is one way to build a table for your dining room that breaks the rules. Simply use trapdoors instead. This still makes the table look normal, but does not make it too big. What a lovely design. Starting out on any Minecraft world can be tough. However, did you know that technically every house you build breaks the rules? According to the official Minecraft handbook, your first house should always look like this. You are kidding, right, Mojang? I have been in this world for years and I still live in a rectangular wooden box. This cool design hack lets you create a seamless transition between dirt and stone. Just use glow light chin on coarse dirt, and it looks remarkably like stone that's emerging from dirt. It's a great middle point between the two. This genius hack shows that string can be great for a lot of things, including keeping your plants at the height that you want. Put the string above your bamboo or sugarcane, and you can keep that thing small forever. There are plants where you don't need string at all, and it's thanks to an item from last year. Now, certain vines can be snipped with shears, so they stop growing entirely. A secret trick you can use to make an atmospheric room is to let it be dark and only light up using redstone ore. They can act as a light, but only when activated, which includes stepping on them. It can light up a dark pathway in style. Like this hack that lets you fly at the side of this building. It's not a potion or a elytra, it's actually a hidden bubble stream on the other side of these honey blocks. The honey is small enough that you can still use the stream, and if you want to hide the honey, just cover them in item frames with maps on top. This farm hack is actually brilliant because even when you're not there, none of the sugar cane will fall out or despawn, because the cane is actually standing on mud. Mud is a smaller block, and items pass right through it, so using that with a hopper underneath, all the sugar cane will land where it needs to. A waterlogged leaf block on top of a fence, all walls look suspiciously like a globe.
But Mallow, the Earth isn't square!
Oh, actually. Pow! See? Think building like a pro is difficult? Think again and watch this. If you're building walls like this, you're doing it all wrong. Instead, grab some blocks that are similar and scatter them around a bit. You can use stairs to add extra depth and even add patterns in front to make it extra interesting. And just like that, you're leveling up your building super easily. The same goes for floors, both inside and out. Spending a couple minutes making a block palette can add tons of detail, like adding beehives in with oak planks, brown mushrooms in with mud, and moss in with grass outside. If the building you're breaking into is full of death traps, just stock up on totems of undying. It's way easier than trying to avoid everything. Just take the hit and keep on moving. Players will often have secret tunnels that lead far away to their stash. If you X-ray by crawling and pressing a slab into your face with a piston, you can seek out small separate rooms filled with blocks. Dig toward those because they're less likely to be well defended, and will have a corridor straight into the base. A server owner can use creative to build a house out of bedrock. Break through with the latest bedrock cracking machine. Using a piston, a trapdoor, some TNT, obsidian, and a lever, you can glitch the game to destroying the bedrock and letting you in. They say the safest base is a hidden one. So, how do you break in if you can't even find it? Look for the FPS drop. If you turn on the FPS counter using the settings on your PC or FN plus F3 on a Mac, you can see how fast your game is running. If you're out in the wilderness, the FPS should be high. But if there's a bunch of entities nearby, like chests, players, or armor stands, the FPS will take a slight dip. That means the base is nearby. Start digging! This insane block placement glitch lets you climb invisible ghost blocks. If you swap a block into your offhand and place it at the same time, it will exist in the world but be invisible. You can climb walls without a trace. But even better, if you use slime blocks, it will launch you into the air, letting you scale tall towers at high speed. Decoys are the #1 best way to help hide your base, and you can even cover them with traps. Try building this water drop chute somewhere obvious, but add a tripwire halfway down. As soon as it triggers, this piston pushes a block over, leaving the thief in a very unfortunate situation. Another way to create a great decoy is with paintings. If you cover a wall with all sorts of paintings, an intruder is always going to try and just walk on through. However, if you build this setup, you can totally trick them, as a real entrance requires throwing an item in here and being squished through this trapdoor. It's quite sophisticated, just like my art collection. Yes. I've found the legendary sword in the stone, Excalibur! Just dispense an armor stand, build stone above it, and put a lightning rod on that. Use a piston to push it down twice into the stand. And now the rod and stand are sticking out of the rock like a sword. Now if I pull it out, I shall be king of Minecraft! You can make working cannons. This hack is built on a wooden frame like a real cannon. It has a stone body leading up to a dispenser hunter and observer. Fill it with fire charges, and you can defend the castle with fire! I'm the real king of Minecraft! Ever wanted to play soccer in Minecraft? Make goalposts with quartz, and make the net with spider webs. And you can make this even better by using a command to import a soccer ball using a Minecraft head. Unfortunately, you can't kick this ball. This game is gonna take a while. Have you ever built a house in Minecraft with a lovely side garage for all of your manufacturing needs before realizing you cannot make a realistic looking door for your garage? Well, try this instead, as by using trapdoors, you can make a garage door that fits your build, although the functionality of this one is a bit more challenging. Cats are one of the best mobs in Minecraft. I mean, who wouldn't want a little furry companion to hang out with all the time? But cats in Minecraft never seem to get any cool updates. Thanks to this build hack, however, you can at least make them their very own cat tower. Aw, this looks so cute. Let me make one for my dog as well. If you are anything like me, you want to be as buff as possible. And thanks to this build hack, you can do this in Minecraft. By using some armor stands, end rods, black concrete, and a little bit of redstone magic, you can make yourself a realistic looking bench press in Minecraft. I hope I don't get too buff though. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Piggy. Tired of having to line your garden in torches? Well, why don't you try this building hack which lets you have the same brightness as glowstone without having the ugly blocks be visible. Break a hole into the ground, place a piece of glowstone or another light block, and then cover it with moss. Obviously, this only works in plains biomes. Have you ever wanted to build a secret base inside of a snowy mountain? You should use powdered snow. If you place 2 powdered snow in front of the entrance to your mountainside base, and as long as you remember to wear your leather boots, you can go in fine, and everyone else will fall into the snow. Everyone knows about hiding a secret entrance behind a painting, but this house will tear apart your friendships, since you can create this huge lava ravine behind the painting. Make sure you make it obvious that there is something behind your painting, and voila! You have tricked your friend into one of the most embarrassing deaths ever. Shoot enemies from the safety of a bunker by using dirt paths. They're actually 1 pixel shorter than regular blocks, so if you stand behind one and have a block above your head, you can see a slight gap between them, and can even shoot arrows through the gap. This other super hack can turn your regular vines into fruit-bearing plant life. Just put redstone ore behind the vines, and the color will shine through, giving a good breakup to all the green and brown. Put some berry bushes to fill out the space even more. Do you want to remove the hostile mobs from your survival world? Try building a mob switch. This hack lets you do it quick and easy, just using villagers. If you trade with one, then zombify them, they won't despawn, and count toward the amount of hostile mobs in the area, so no extra ones will appear. This simple hack lets you turn minecarts into 2-seaters, with speed you can control. It turns out you can actually put a boat in the minecart and have it still work. The boat can fit 2 people, and when you row it, it actually changes the speed of the minecart, letting you go faster! Did you know that mob heads fit perfectly on top of wall blocks? Skeleton skulls also match really well with andesite or diorite walls, zombie skulls with mossy cobble, and wither skulls with deep slate walls. I don't know what you could use this for other than making gravestones, but hey, you again! Stop taking my job! The nerve of some people. Anyway, ever wanted to play pool in Minecraft? Well, you can't, sorry to disappoint. But you can make a pretty cool looking pool table by placing signs like this underneath green carpets and then surrounding it with trapdoors. But for a build hack you can use, try building this hammock. Hook it up using fence gates on the side, then attach some stairs, trapdoors to place the bed on, and some signs to complete the shape. You can even change the bed color to match the wood type for peak color coordinated comfort. Banners can be used to add illegal levels of detail in builds, so they're not just for marking maps or making a crappy coat of arms. Take Nick's J-Man's incredible train build he made using banners to perfectly match the real-life version. If people are literally making real trains now, what's your excuse? In snowy areas, some bases will have secret entrances covered with powdered snow. Wait until night, and if you see some snow on a mountain that's slightly brighter than the rest, that's light coming through from the inside. Get an elytra and fly straight into that snow. You'll pass right through into the base. If your friend is a locked door, make your own redstone mechanism to open it. Nothing is stopping you from bypassing whatever complex system they made inside the walls by just placing down and activating a redstone block against the door. If your friend's base has its own private nether portal, then use that as a way in. Find the coordinates to the connected portal in the nether by taking the overworld coordinates of the base and dividing the X and the Z by 8. That's where the portal in the nether will be, giving you a back door into the protected fortress. Now think about it. If you can remove all the mobs in your world, there's no need to protect your base. So how on earth do you do that? Well, as usual, Lamango has a solution. If you create this super simple warden farm, you can use note blocks to lure dozens of wardens into this prison with a vine inside. Eventually, so many wardens will spawn that it prevents any mob from spawning anywhere in the entire world. However, this is terrifying, and there's a much easier way to get basically the same effect. Simply grab a boat and spend some time looking for a mushroom island. Other than the deep dark, which has other problems, this is the only place mobs won't spawn naturally. And it's the perfect backdrop to build an awesome fantasy base. They can be quite hard to find, but you can always use a seed map if you're feeling devious. Make sea mines to protect yourself from the drown. Just use a waxed copper block, lightning rods, and a chain to the sea floor, and your mine is complete. They don't actually work though, so maybe I should have brought a sword. Have you ever run away from an army of mobs and gotten completely lost? These handy signs can point you right where you need to go. They're made using a picture frame with stairs held in it. You turn the stairs to point where you need it, then put a sign on top and right where the sign is pointing. This doesn't help me though, because I don't know where I am! Are you a fan of mining but hate the long and difficult journey down into your mine? Well then, build this compact staircase. This staircase has two amazing designs that will make your life so much easier. Simply place a trap door at the top and then go down to the bottom of your staircase and place a block of water. By doing this, you have a quick way down by dropping into the water, and you also have an easy way to come up when you are finished in the mines. In the upcoming release of Minecraft 1.21, we are going to be getting a really cool new functional block called the Crafter. And believe it or not, this block can be used to make some really cool designs, such as this really cool looking wall trim. And the best part is, you can expand on this design simply by making sure that the crafters are fully operational. Talk about function and beauty. Have you ever wanted a house that your friends will never find? Well, thanks to the giant mushroom, you can hide your entire base within this small mushroom, and then everyone will just stroll on by and would never know you were there. The perfect hiding spot! And if you are lucky enough to find the mushroom island, it is completely mob-proof too. My garage in Minecraft is very, empty. However, thanks to this build hack, I can create a car within my garage. Unfortunately, it is a little bit expensive to do. Simply use slabs, a minecart, and some signs, and you can create the body of your car. The best block to finish off the wheels is definitely the wither skull. Sheesh, time to go gathering, I guess. This next build hack breaks the golden rule in Minecraft, using stairs for your roof. However, you should be using walls instead. It makes this really interesting and different style to your roof. Despite everyone using stairs for the past 10 years, I may consider giving this a go. This genius hack means this water will not spill out of its little space. It looks like nothing's stopping it, but it's actually the glow light chin on the sides here that completely stops the water flowing out. It blends into a room so much better than a sign does too. Make a near invisible elevator using humble leather boots. Basically, if you have a white room, you can put powdered snow instead of a wall and use leather boots to climb up it, making your new elevator near invisible. Carpets can hide a lot of things. Hide a redstone block underneath the carpet and it will still activate when you step on it, which can then open up all sorts of contraptions without making noise like a pressure plate would. Get your minecarts going fast with this high-speed hack with much less redstone. Minecarts take turns fast, so if you lay your rails out into these circles, the minecarts will turn constantly, gaining super fast and still in a straight line. Just close your eyes while it's happening. This quick and easy hack lets you build an iron farm really fast and really early in the game. All you need is an iron golem spawning platform that's very small and a campfire at the top, leaving no room for the golem to walk away from it, taking damage and dropping all of its precious iron. Cobwebs aren't just good for making a cave or mine shaft feel extra creepy. They're also good for adding custom smoke to chimneys and for adding a net to a basketball hoop. Most people know you can make a really convincing dead tree with stripped logs and mangrove roots. So instead, try creating a dead warped tree with muddy mangrove roots, dead coral, and hanging roots. Oh yeah, muddy mangrove roots with a candle on top makes a pretty convincing rotten melon if you ever need that for some reason. Rooted dirt finally gave us another dirt block that's not just gonna turn into grass instantly, giving us way more decoration options. One of my favorite ways to use this is to mix rooted and coarse dirt in a pattern like this to make wheel tracks through a forest. Spawn a wither to help you break in. The wither's attacks can destroy almost any block in Minecraft. So lure it to your friend's base and watch it make massive holes even in obsidian walls. Jump in and take their stuff. Use their XP farms against them. If it looks like this, then the bottom of the farm will often end up inside their base because it's more convenient for them. Climb into the top of the XP farm. It'll be funneled down to the bottom and you can break out into the heart of their base. This pig can walk through walls. If you ride a pig up to the wall of the base and then get off it, you can hit the pig and the brief damage reaction will nudge the pig a tiny bit into the wall. Quickly ride the pig and it will continue going forward, letting you ride right through the wall. Don't worry about punching your pig either. Just means free bacon in your friend's house. What if the base is hidden or has a secret entrance you just can't figure out? If you know the general area the base is, just eat a chorus fruit. It can teleport you to some crazy places, including through solid walls, ignoring the secret entrance completely. You should know that if you're playing on hard mode, a door probably simply isn't enough to keep you safe from zombies. So instead, try placing 2 end rods like this as a door instead. You can slide through perfectly, but mobs have a really hard time. And if end rods aren't your style, this works with bamboo, different kinds of fences, and even lightning rods. But I'll be careful using these in bad weather. These do have a slight drawback though, as if you manage to anger enough mobs, it can push each other through. So for an entrance that's almost foolproof, add a line of cobblestone walls with some carpets on top. Not even spiders can get past. How about throwing a pizza party? Picture frames holding campfires look like pizza slices. The actual pizza box has 2 trapdoors, one over a 2-block pit with 3 layers of snow. Put an armor stand on that with a pumpkin head and drop it through the trapdoor, and the top of the pumpkin will peek out. Add a bunch of different angles and you've got a kind of round pizza. Now you can distract the golems with pizza and they won't attack anyone. You can make a real working chair that looks totally seamless. Put a minecart built above a chest in the ground. Break the block above to let the cart drop out of the chest. Next, add a wooden slab and push it into the cart with a piston. Then build the rest of the chair around it. Wait, someone messed with this chair. Are those rails? Everyone knows playing chess makes you look super smart. So, make a chess set by pushing 4 armor stands into the same pit, putting chainmail helmets on them, and pushing a smooth quartz slab in from above. Black and white candles look like chess pieces to complete the set. Who wants a game? I'm super good. I even know that these guys are called horsies. Wait, is that Magnus Carlsen? Have you ever wanted a super secret base that is incredibly cheap to build but also hard to find? Well then, look no further than this secret tree base. All you need for this kind of base is a tall oak tree. Simply break into the leaves but do not break the logs. Hollow it out and then boom! You have a secret base to hide from all of your friends. Sometimes you want to design a wall for a valuable looking cave, but you just do not have the resources to do this. Well, why don't you try using these blocks to make the walls? These gold ores will all require silk touch or finding in the nether, but you can make this really cool design incorporating blocks from every dimension in Minecraft. Besides the end, please Mojang, give us ender gold ore. With the recent addition of hanging signs, we also got an awesome new design for walls in Minecraft. Simply by matching the sign to the stripped wood it comes from, you can create these really beautiful walls that you can also shoot through and place paintings on to hide your base. Wait, look, here comes a pig! He's gonna have no idea what hit him. Sometimes defending your base can be a real pain, but with this wall design, you can defend your base from enemies while also having a nice looking wall design. And the best part is, you can use any fence, walls, and gates for this, meaning you can tailor this design to match any build you may have. The way dripstone is generated in Minecraft is kinda boring. It does not feel very intimidating whenever you come across one of these pointed dripstones, and that is why you should change the way they look with this build idea. Simply place some other blocks around the dripstone on the roof, and then you have a far better looking dripstone cave. Maybe even place some water above the dripstone to have a nice dripping water effect. Fences work great to hold in animals, so this genius hack uses trapdoors to trap creatures without you having to work at all. Mobs don't realize that you can hop over a trapdoor on both sides, and so once they've hopped over one side, they can't go back, getting stuck in your perfect little pen. Upside down buildings and trees are great fun, but this lets you have animals there too. Use the dinner bone name tag trick on an animal and leash them to a post 5 blocks above the upside down door, and they'll stand on that floor just like the other decoration. Dripstone can drop and do real damage, so why not use this hack to make a fun defense for your castle? Bounce the dripstone off these slime blocks and pistons, and the stone will be launched out toward any incoming players storming your fort. Powdered snow is technically a full block, but you can actually pass through it with this weird hack. It turns out you can fly through it with elytra, passing through to the other side without losing any speed. So why not use it as a secret wall or entrance? Ice and water travel systems for your items can end up with traffic jams, especially the corners, so use this build hack to make your system perfecto. Put 2 sea pickles at the corner and they will guide the items around the corners, sticking to the edge of the tunnel, straight to their destination. Unfortunately, you can only get invisible item frames in creative, but there's sort of a solution in survival. If you place a block in an item frame on the floor, a snow layer will fully cover up the item frame but leave the block exposed, allowing you to, I don't know, make pebbles or something? You know how to make a birdcage? How about an aquarium? This one's actually even easier, but probably just as cruel. All you have to do is surround a chest with trapdoors, place a glass block on top, then waterlog the chest with a bucket of fish, and boom! You've trapped him forever. Sorry, fishy. Stock up on boats so you can cross any body of lava, including lava columns. If you put a boat into the lava, you have a split second to jump off it before it breaks. Leap forward and put another boat down to continue across the lava, until finally, you reach your friend's base. Did you know you can actually do a super jump with just a flint and steel? Set fire to a block and jump into the fire. Jump again as you take damage, and the impact will propel you a little higher, letting you jump 2 and sometimes 3 blocks high. No fence can stand in your way. Disguise yourself in deceptive Minecraft skins. Some of these are banned in many servers, but if you dress to look like the blocks the base is made of, you can blend in and sneak in behind your friends as they walk through the front door. Unfortunately, snowmen don't do damage to mobs with their attacks, but they will push them back and get their attention. If you spread a bunch of them out in tall towers around your base, you'll totally stop any mobs from attacking you and keep you safe. And if it's players you're worried about, try swapping a snowman out for a skeleton and adding fire around it to create a truly spicy surprise for any intruders. I think the most underrated item in 1.20 is the calibrated skulk sensor. When you place an amethyst block next to it, it'll relay any signal it gets to any other nearby sensors. Using this, you can create essentially infinite wireless redstone that's only activated by certain noises in certain places. So if I eat this piece of food here, sensors will relay the signal along and teleport me using this Ender Pearl status machine. This will make your base literally impossible to find. Don't trust these iron golems. One wrong move and they'll slap you silly. Instead, make one that will never turn on you using anvils, a cauldron, a dispenser for a face, some stone fencing, and wood fencing for a wicked axe. Those iron golems wish they could have a sick axe. Those ugly beasts. Wait, I was kidding! Have you ever wanted to build a lovely little carnival in your world, but every time you try and build a balloon, it comes out looking weird? Well then, you need this build hack. By using a piece of wool, you can do this. Place one wool on top of a fence, and then attach a lead to said fence post. If you then go underground and trap some piggies covered by a block, you can build bunches of balloons connected to the ground. Just make sure you turn off animal noises, as it can get pretty loud. Sometimes you want a ladder that you are not always accidentally climbing every time you walk past it. Well, look no further than this build hack, since you can actually create a working ladder just by using trapdoors. Simply place the trapdoors on top of each other, and then you just stand in the right spots, and then jump and right-click. And then when you are not using it, the ladder is nice and tucked away. Automatic tree farms are really expensive to build in survival, and some people just do not have the will to go out of their way to find all of the materials. Luckily, there is actually an incredibly cheap alternative to this that just requires some manual mining. A semi-automatic tree farm will pick up any items that you do not pick up, and as the tree deteriorates, it will also pick up those items, meaning your precious apples do not go to waste. Inside the house is a huge bed that lets you sleep under the covers in this genius hack. Surround your bed in trapdoors and make a larger frame, and cover the top of your beds with carpet. Hanging signs are a fun recent addition. You can use them to make an innovative, if scary looking bridge. What's amazing about this is that players can walk on it, but a lot of mobs will fall through the gaps. You can also use the hanging signs to make a broken bridge. This can hang off the side of a cliff for a fun and foreboding decoration to a castle or village. A secret stairway can be a great feature for your house, and all it takes is some redstones and some sticky pistons connected to your stairs in this crazy trick. The backs of the stairs will blend in with the rest of the wall until you turn the handle and expose it all. Campfires can look great in your home, but not if it smokes up the place. This hack removes the smoke completely. Just put 2 layers of string on top and the smoke stops. Filling a swimming pool with buckets of water can take way too long. So try this speedy hack instead. Stack ice blocks along 2 edges with a gap between, and then break them down at speed with a pickaxe. The water will spill out in such a way that the whole pool gets filled like magic. My favorite build hack to use the debug stick for, though, is to just add a little more interest to my creative builds. You can turn this strange and boring bamboo farm into something cool looking by connecting the fence and adding leaves to the bamboo. It's literally magic. Beehives kind of look like empty storage containers, so you can use them for extra decoration in a cluttered storage room or attic. They also work great as drawers or a bedside table. You can make any English letter in a 4x3 space using different combinations of slabs and stairs. This chart by Cookie Dough Bread shows you exactly to spell out anything you want super easily. There are tons of ways to add tiny details to your builds in Minecraft, but one of my favorites is this method of making footprints. Just chuck some invisible item frames down and then place some stake in them. All of a sudden, you've got some weirdly convincing looking footsteps. Let's be honest though, one of the best ways to protect your base is to just hide it really well. So next time you're feeling too lazy to set up tons of traps on your turf, try heading to a snowy biome and hiding it like this. Pick a random snow-covered block and place a few scaffolding below it. Then dig 2 holes either side, add a bubble elevator in one, and now you have an invisible base that you can even crouch around in to hide your name tag. That's if you can remember where you put it, which, let's be honest, I can't. Mobs have got way better at pathfinding compared to how they used to be, but they still have some issues. For some reason, they still don't see carpets as blocks. So if you fill a pit like this with them, you're totally protected from mobs. 2 tall flowers like sunflowers and roses work for this too. If you're like me and can Never remember where you put your secret entrances? Try this out. Shulker boxes are a great way to sort your items. But if I jump on top of this one and open it, suddenly I'm in my second secret base. For some reason, you can fall through shulker boxes if there's a block above your head, allowing for a perfect entrance that you can even color code and use as storage. Everyone knows zombies love turtle eggs. Or hate them, I guess. But you can actually use this to protect your base. With just a single turtle egg and a trapdoor, you can create this super simple zombie trap that will kill every zombie nearby for you for almost no cost. Ever wanted to play Minecraft in Minecraft? That takes too much redstone, but this hack looks great. Make a desk with a pressure plate on top, put a painting behind it, blocking off the sides so it stays small, and put a button on the side to look like a mouse. Put a chair in front and you'll look like you're actually gaming. Hey wait, they're cheating! Bunch of hackers! This sucks! This super high IQ hack lets you farm mobs in the nether. Most mob farms use water to funnel the mobs into a drop that kills them, but you can't do that in the nether. So instead use gas in Minecraft. Their big hitbox pushes other mobs to the edges, where you can put a drop down to their doom. It can be great to make a village of your own, complete with villagers, but you need this hack to protect them from invaders. Fill a dispenser with armor and use it to launch the set into a villager. The village will actually use the armor, a perfect defense for your peaceful town. Most of us know now that you can make a bird cage by simply just pushing some glass on top of a parrot. But come on, doesn't that feel cruel? Instead, give them some room to breathe with a hanging scaffolding cage like this. And to make sure our little friend is as happy as can be, try making this advanced bird bath. Place an armor stand with a helmet on top of 3 layers of snow. Then push a floor block and the wall down from above and finish with a slab and some signs. Another right helmet might work better for some designs, but that's expensive. I think I'll just stick to leather. The most illegal item in all of vanilla Minecraft has to be the debug stick. You can only get it with commands, but it lets you do all sorts of crazy, weird things that literally feel like hacks. You can make strange beds with no pillows, white grass, cursed flower bushes, and even floating water. And pow! I'm outside your window. Sometimes smart hacks use the weirdest items, like this stairway of dripstone and smaller cake slicers. Use a horse which can travel over a single block height without jumping, and the weird hitboxes of the items will send you rocketing up the stairway at high speeds. Tired of creatures jumping fences? Try this hack where you set down a bunch of trapdoors and flip them up. They'll act as fences that the AI just can't understand and won't be able to escape from. Here's Johnny, the murderous vindicator, and here he is in this weird hack, killing these animals for our food. See, when you tag a vindicator with the name Johnny, he will kill anything in sight. And if you trap him in a mob farm, the animals he kills drop their loot into the chest without you having to lift a finger. The inside of a mangrove log looks suspiciously like a nice piece of juicy meat. Moving on. Using some lightning rods, armor stands, and a campfire, you can make a super tasty looking hog roast. And if you think this flame is too big, you can place an armor stand and lava underneath for a much tamer flame. If you've ever tried to use crops like wheat as decoration, you've probably run into this problem. However, this illegal build hack will fix that. Water can actually hydrate dirt across thin air, letting you make things like these garden pots without visible water. Try using an upside down lightning rod with a candle placed on top to make a weirdly tall torch. It won't be quite as bright, but hey, you can stand on the edge of the rod for some reason. And if you're super rich, try building this design with iron bars, cobwebs, and magic potion dispensers below the ground. If you rig this tripwire up to shoot damage potions, it'll really send a message to robbers. And it's a cool piece of decoration too. A great way to protect your base from both mobs and players is to hide pufferfish underground around your base. Moss carpets are a super easy way to sneak them into your decoration, and waterlogging even allows you to hide them in bushes and trees. Ow! Oh god, I'm getting flashbacks! If you're feeling really mean though, the best way to deal with thieves isn't to kill them, but trap them permanently. Using a simple piston trap, you can force a player into a bubble elevator like this, surrounded in obsidian. Due to the bubbles pushing them around, it'll be almost impossible to mine it even with a pickaxe. Waterlogged blocks completely break the game. Lily pads can be placed on any block that's waterlogged, creating illegal looking setups like this. But you can make it look even weirder by placing sugarcane next to the lily pads. Another build hack is this weird new flower. Because this thing is 2 blocks tall when it's fully grown, you can put string above it to keep it at its 3rd stage, and use it to look like a weird overgrown potato in your farms. A lot of the time, the builds you make look like they've been thrown into the world randomly and look super out of place. To fix this, try making shadows by placing slightly darker blocks near overhangs or edges. You can even add mossy blocks around trees to act as fallen leaves. This quick hack lets you harvest an entire field in an instant. Plants need a certain light level, so if you have a redstone lantern to provide that, then switch it off when it's time to harvest, all the veg will burst out at once. vent, ready to be picked up or collected in hoppers under the soil. This hack is a fresh twist on a classic. Paintings can be used to hide entrances, but that can be too obvious. Instead, hide a pressure plate behind it that activates when you drop an item through the painting, activating whatever secret mechanism you want to set up. Everyone loves a good explosion, so here's a way to make a totally invisible and instant landmine. Just place a bunch of TNT minecarts on some powered rails like this and hook them up to a skulk sensor right next to them. Sneak away and you've got the best hidden way to protect your house. Isn't it so great? Ah! My house! But if you want a slightly less destructive method of protection, it's time to hire some soldiers. Bees will actually stay aggravated permanently, meaning if you trap a bunch below the floor in your base and rig them up to release when any intruders enter, they'll swarm them instantly and even chase them down for miles. Let's be honest though, you don't want anyone in your base at all. So it's time to up the security. With just a couple chains and walls, you can create a cool looking fence, but add some magma blocks covered in moss below and it will actually turn into an electrified laser fence. It works too. If you're standing on the magma, you can't actually break the chain before you die.